Hey everybody, Craig here, fresh off of watching the Xbox reveal that was broadcast all around the world. So the new Xbox, it has a name, the system is out there, people know what it is, and I'm here to give my opinions on the press conference and the system itself. The press conference as a whole, I thought was very underwhelming and disappointing. It was full of a bunch of filler and just not, like, they said a lot without actually saying anything. And by the end of it, I was just kind of really annoyed that I just spent an hour being fed just BS PR lines. But I'm going to try and... I don't have anything in front of me, so I'm going to try and go down the press conference in memory from start to finish and give my opinions on it as it went. The name, Xbox One... Like, it's kind of silly, and it might cause some confusion if you're talking to your friends about nostalgic memories, and you're like, did you mean the Xbox One or the original Xbox? What are you talking about? But other than that, it's a name. It's fine. I understand why it's called the Xbox One, because they want it to be, like, the one place you go for all your entertainment purposes, games, movies, TV, all that stuff. So I understand it. And, hey, the Wii is a stupid name, but no one makes fun of that anymore. Like, it just came and went. So, okay. The box itself, it's a big black box. What'd you expect? It's got a lot of stuff in it to make it supposedly a powerful system. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabytes of internal memory. And they only talked about one SKU, so I don't know if there's going to be like a terabyte or something else, or you can like swap out the hard drive. I don't know. Because they didn't say anything about that. But hey, the system, it looks like a giant black box. It might be a little bulky, but... you know what? That's not important. What's important is how it runs, how it works in the games. So after that, they did a demonstration of Kinect and their quick snapping stuff, which is basically multitasking that allows you to, like, you can be watching a movie and then you can, like, snap up other applications on the right side. So you can do a bunch of stuff at once. And the demonstration was actually impressive. Stuff was really fast, really snappy. It recognized all of his commands. And I hope that was actually representative of what it's going to be like out of the box. Because they're selling the Kinect, the new Kinect, is going to be packed in with every single Xbox One console. So you don't have to buy it separately. It's not its own peripheral. It comes with, you have to get one to buy an Xbox One. So if it works, if it has the reliability and the speed that it showed in that press conference, then cool, I am on board, and I might consider actually using it as opposed to throwing it in the closet, which is what I do with my Kinect now. However, after that, after talking about the name, the hardware, the Kinect stuff, and also showing that they'd have live TV integration and Skype integration, stuff I might not use, but I understand why it's there, fine. The press conference just kind of became a bunch of nothing. Nothing happened for the next 50 minutes. From my perspective, at least. Some of you may disagree with me. They had EA come out, and EA just, did its normal spiel about the Xbox is awesome, and we're going to put games on it. We have this new engine. Take a look. And it just, like, I hate when they do montages with, like, NFL players or soccer players, because it tells you nothing. It's just a bunch of sports guys who are paid to sit there and go, this game is so realistic. Like, in the real world, when someone kicks the ball and almost hits me in the face with his foot, I have to duck it. But in the game, it looks so real. Like, I don't care. I don't care about sports normally at all. I'm not a sports guy. But I hate those montages because they don't tell you anything. And it annoys me. And they showed, like, a montage of, like, here's what games are going to look. Here's what our sports games, like NBA and Madden and FIFA, here's what they're all going to look like on the Xbox One. And it kind of all looked like CG proof of concept to me. I don't believe that any of that was actually, like, in-engine stuff. I might be wrong, but to me, when I watched it, I was like, this doesn't look like something that's real. This doesn't look like actual representation of a game. I could be mistaken. I very well could be mistaken, but that's just what I got from it. Let's see. They announced a new Remedy game, which is Quantum... oh, what's it called? Quantum Leap? Quantum something? I forget. It's Quantum something. I do apologize. I have forgotten. And there's a reason I forgot. You know why? Because they announced this new game from Remedy. You know what they showed? Nothing. They showed live action. Like, they showed a minute-long trailer or so, and it starts and ends with live action. Actors, like real people walking around. And that's really weird to do when you're trying to show off the, like, powerhouse that is your system. Is it going to have FMV on it? Because otherwise, why would you show live action stuff? I want to see the game. I want to see the gameplay, or at least something representative of the game in its final form. So instead, they show live action and then a boat crashing into a bridge. Quantum thing. Great. You literally told me nothing. There's a difference between setting up mystery and suspense and just being vague and dumb, which is what it was. What else? For some reason, for some unknown reason, they had someone come out and say, hey guys, guess what? I like Halo. Do you like Halo? Well, Steven Spielberg is going to be making a Halo TV show. What does that have to do with the Xbox One? Like, Halo is a Microsoft/Xbox franchise. Yeah. But this reveal is supposed to be about the system and what it's capable of and what it's doing. It's not like, maybe I'm wrong, but it's not like they said exclusive to Xbox One TV Marketplace. They just announced a Halo TV show. Why? It's not here. This is not the place for it. Do it at E3, I guess, but don't do it here. It's the one place you shouldn't. What else? Like, they had the woman come out and she talked about live TV, even though they had already talked about live TV, so it was just a bunch of... It felt like a lot of filler of them saying stuff without actually saying anything important. I don't feel very informed, is my problem I have with the whole thing. And they didn't, like, apparently beforehand they said, like, this isn't going to be... We're not going to show games here, really. We're going to save those. This press conference is focusing on other stuff, not games. Which I think is silly for a game system. And the only thing we ever got was, like, at one point they did a throwaway line where they were just... They said, what was it? In the first year of Xbox One, we're going to have 15 new games, 8 of which will be brand new franchises. Okay, bye! And then that was all they said about it. And it was just an hour of filler. Like, Sony's press conference was 2 hours long. And while you could argue it was overly long, and it had filler, and had just as much bullshit, at least they showed stuff. At least they made it clear what their vision was, and what they were going for, and everything about the system was kind of laid on the table. They put all their cards on the table for all to see. Microsoft kept a lot of stuff still close to the chest. And, like, you can't do that, especially after Sony. And the fact that, again, Sony's thing was 2 hours, but you felt like you got everything you really could out of it, whereas the Xbox thing was an hour, and it felt mostly like nothing happened. I could have gotten the same amount of information about the system from a paragraph in a press release than I could have in this hour I spent watching it. And since I'm playing Call of Duty, I may as well mention, they ended, and one of the big teasers coming to this event was we're going to show the first showing of Call of Duty Ghosts, a new Call of Duty game from Infinity Ward. Okay, cool. I like Call of Duty, so fine. I look forward to seeing more Call of Duty. That's cool. So they had a guy come on stage and was like, I'm not going to waste your time. I know you all want to get to the Call of Duty stuff, so I'm just going to make this as quick as possible. And then proceeded to waste time for 2.5 minutes. Then he showed a making of video, which told me nothing about the game. Like, it was just a bunch of BS. The fact that one of their lines is, we wanted to make a story about the underdog up against insurmountable odds. That's every Call of Duty on the face of the planet. In fact, if you needed a sentence to classify and identify any of the stories in the Call of Duty franchise, that's exactly what you'd say. I mean, and they mocap a dog, which is awesome. Like, that was the best thing I got out of the conference, was that they're mocapping dogs. But other than that, the making of didn't tell me really anything at all about the new Call of Duty. And then They tried to show like how better it looks graphically, but the thing is about Call of Duty is that like I like the series, it's a solid series and it's always looked good graphically, but it's relied more on spectacle than graphical fidelity. So Call of Duty is not the franchise you should be looking toward to show off how powerful your new system is. It looks fine, but it's not impressive really at all. Like you look at it and go, "Okay, you can see hairs on his arms now." Awesome. What is that? The guns look even more real? Holy shit, blow my mind. It's crazy. But yeah, and the trailer that they showed was solid, but also didn't really do anything to really blow me away. So that's my thoughts on the Xbox event. I thought overall it was pretty underwhelming and uneventful, and I was kind of disappointed. What'd you guys think? Agree, disagree? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
You sound like a white black guy.
I'm not a white black guy.
You don't sound very black though.
Well, I don't have to. Every black guy's supposed to sound black? You fucking stereotypical bastard.
No, but